Good afternoon, students. Welcome back once again to the mathematics class. In today's lecture, we are going to study the quadratic equation. How the complex number is formed, we are seeing right now. We are again coming to that initial point where exactly the complex number formed, right? It is complex number. In yesterday's class, we have seen how to represent a complex plane in Argand plane, or you can say a complex plane or Gaussian plane, right? So already you know the polynomials, whereas linear equations, quadratic equations, cubic equations, biquadratic equations, so on like that. Up to if it has nth order, then we can say nth degree, then we can say it is nth degree, nth order equation. That is nothing but your polynomial equation in general, right? Let's see an equation that is nothing but a polynomial equation. We will see first. Polynomial equation already you know. A naught x to the power of n, a1 x to the power of n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power of n minus 2 plus so on up to an, which is equals to what? 0, where this term a naught which is not equals to 0, where a naught which is not equals to 0 and the term a1, a2, a3, these are all, and a naught, a1, a2 are constants. And x is nothing but a variable. Is called polynomial equation of nth degree, right? It is nothing but nth degree polynomial equation. If we substitute values of n equals to 1, if we substitute the value of n equals to 1, what we get here? We get a linear equation. X equals to 1, sorry, n equals to what? 1. If we substitute, what we get? We get a linear equation, right? Suppose n equals to 2, then what we get? I will show you by substituting the values n equals to 1 whether we are getting linear or not. N equals to 2, what we get here? Quadratic equation. And n equals to 3, it is cubic equation. And n equals to 4, we get biquadratic equation, right? So it is a standard form of a polynomial equation where when we substitute a different values with respect to n, then we get a different form of equations. In that we are going to study the quadratic equation, that is second one, where linear, quadratic, cubic and biquadratic, what is the difference between all these? Let's see one by one, right? So standard form is a naught x to the power of n plus a1 x to the power of n minus 1 plus a2 x to the power of n minus 2 plus a3 x to the power of n minus 3 plus so on up to an, which is equals to 0. I have written, right? It is a polynomial equation of degree n, right? If suppose if n equals to 1, I substitute. Take it as equation 1. If n equals to 1 in equation 1, then what we get? Let's see. A naught as it is x to the power of 1 If nothing is there means it is 1 only, right? Plus a1 x to the power of 1 minus 1 is x to the power of 0, it is 1, it is 0, plus of a2 x to the power of n minus 2, that is n is 1, 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So we are getting a negative terms here, right? So if continues on like this, right, the highest power of the value, that is highest power of a variable, the term x is nothing but highest power is nothing but here 1. Any equation which has degree 1, highest degree occurring in that equation is 1, then we call it as a linear equation. Linear equation. The degree must be 1. Highest degree occurring in that equation is 1, then we call it as, how can you write it as? A naught of x plus a1. A naught of x plus a1. Therefore, x to the power of 0 is what? Any value to its power 0 is, it is 1, unity. So, x to the power of 1 is neglected, a1 into 1 is a1, therefore a naught of x plus a1. These are the negative terms, or you can write it as like this, a2 upon x. Similarly, if you substitute, go on writing, simply we can see this much only here. Positive terms we can take here, right? A naught of x plus a1, it is linear. Or you can take, in general also we can see, let's see, in general how we define, in general, that is first example is 2x plus 3 equals to 0 for linear. For linear, example is 2x plus 3 equals to 0 I am saying. Here the highest power of this equation is what? Here x to the power of 1 is there. If nothing is there means there should be a 1, unity, right? That is 2x plus 3, if it is nothing is there means here x to the power of 0 is there, right? 2x to the power of 1 plus 3x to the power of 0. Simply what we can write it as 2x plus of 3, which is equals to 0, right? It is for linear. Next, similarly for quadratic, for quadratic equation, already we know x square plus 4x plus 5 equals to 0. Therefore, here highest order of equation occurring is, that is highest degree is 2, 1. If nothing is there means here x to the power of 0 is there, neglected. Usually the value of x to the power of 0 is 1. Any to the power 0 is 1, right? It is for quadratic equation. Again for cubic equation, that is nothing but x cube 3x square plus 2x plus 1, which is equals to 0. The highest power in that equation is, that is 3. A degree is nothing but here 3. Again for biquadratic, equation, right? X to the power of 4 plus 5x cube plus 4x square plus 3x plus 8, which is equals to 0. See, here the highest power occurring in that equation is, it is 3, 2, 1, 0. The highest power in that equation is what? 4. Therefore, what we call it as biquadratic equation. So, now we consider specifically the quadratic equation with respect to the chapter, that is complex number, where the complex number arises. It is nothing but our quadratic equation. When the value of n is 2, when we substitute the value of n is 2 in that polynomial equation, then we come across a quadratic equation. Let's see the quadratic equation form. Or before that we will see a statement. There is an important statement. What we'll see, let's see. Fundamental theorem of algebra. I will tell the statement. fundamental theorem of algebra. Fundamental theorem of algebra. What it says? What is the fundamental theorem of algebra? Let's see. Every polynomial equation of degree n polynomial equation of degree n has n roots. What fundamental theorem of algebra says? Every polynomial equation of degree n has n roots. Right? Got it? Fundamental theorem of algebra says every polynomial equation, you can take any polynomial equation of degree n has n roots. Equal degree, how much degree it has, that much roots we get. Then if it is a linear, the degree is 1, therefore we get single root. If it is quadratic, the highest power degree is 2, then 2 roots only we get. If cubic, the degree is 3, then we get 3 roots. If it is biquadratic, the degree is 4, then we get 4 roots. So, with respect to the fundamental theorem of algebra, we can say how much degree it has an equation which possesses a degree 2, then we can say it has 2 roots. If it has degree 3, then we can say it has 3 roots, right? So it is the statement, just a statement. There is no need of proof for this one, right? Next we will see the quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. As usually you know all, an equation of the form ax square bx plus c which is equals to 0, where a which is not equals to 0 and a comma b comma c are, where a comma b comma c are what? Constant. Is called quadratic equation, right? The form ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is not equals to 0. If a equals to 0 becomes what we get here, the equation becomes a linear. If a equals to 0, then a into x square, that is 0 into x square, is 0 only. Therefore, there is no meaning of saying a quadratic equation. So, a must be not equals to 0, or where a comma b comma c, these terms a, b, c are constant, where x is a variable. Right here, x is a variable. Let's see what says. Let us consider this ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now ax square plus bx as it is, which is equals to minus c. Take c on RHS. Ax square plus bx, which is equals to minus c, right? Now dividing both sides by a, dividing both sides by a, we are finding the root formula here, right? The quadratic equation we are finding a root formula. Already you know the root formula. How it form? Let's see how to find a root formula with respect to the quadratic equation. So we have considered first ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Now ax square plus bx as it is, take plus c on RHS, which is equals to minus c. Now dividing both sides by a, then what we get here? X square plus b by ax, which is equals to minus c by a. Here a get cancelled in the first term. ax square by a means a get cancelled from the numerator denominator, only x square remains. Therefore x square plus b by a x, which is equals to minus of c by a. Now adding b by 2a whole square on both sides. Now adding b by a on both sides, let's see what we get, which implies x square plus b by ax plus of b by 2a whole square, again b by 2a whole square minus of c by a, right? Now, which is in the form of a square plus b square plus 2ab. 2a remains here, 2 to get cancelled, b by a and x, bx by a is there, right? It is a square, it is b square. In 2ab case, 2 to get cancelled here. Only what remains, it is already 2 is there. In the numerator 2, denominator 2 get cancelled, only b by ax remains. So this term, this whole three terms can be written as x plus b by 2a whole square. X plus b by 2a whole square, which is equals to, we can write b square by 4a square minus c by a, right? Now x plus b by 2a whole square, which is equals to, now take LCM here, what we get here, 4a square is a LCM here. Now 4a square get cancelled, only b square remains. Again here by dividing 4a square by a means it is 4a minus of c, it is 4ac, right? Now taking square root on both sides, taking square root on both sides, taking square root on both sides, what we get here, x plus b by 2a, here square root get cancelled. In the RHS, what we get here, under root of b square minus 4ac upon, after taking root, what we get outside, it is 2a, right? X plus b by 2a, which is equals to under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, right? I can write here continuation. See, if x plus b by 2a, which is equals to under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, now x plus b by 2a, which is equals to b square minus 4ac upon 2a we got. Now x as it is here only, this term take on RHS, that is minus b by 2a. It is simply nothing but plus or minus is there wrong. In root, what we get? Plus or minus b square minus 4ac, right? After applying root, what we get here? Plus or minus b square minus 4ac. Therefore, similarly, minus b by 2a plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Now here base are same, denominators are same, let what we can write here. Therefore, x equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon whole divided by 2a is nothing but our required root formula for the quadratic equation, right? X equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. What we did here, now let us consider the standard form of a quadratic equation. Now ax square plus bx as it is, now taking plus c on RHS, it becomes minus c and dividing both sides by a. In the first term, a get cancelled. In the second term, that is bx by a, that is b by a into x, again minus c by a. Now adding b by 2a whole square on both sides. To convert, why we are adding this? Already we have x square and 2a also. Just we want b square, right? So we are adding b by 2a whole square on both sides. Then we get here, just we are adding b by 2a whole square on both sides. And this term, what I said now, a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? A square plus b square plus 2ab. Again here also b by 2a whole square minus c by a. Now this term, whole term can be written as a plus b whole square. Again taking square, b square upon 4a square minus c by a. Now taking LHS from these two, what we get here? 4a square. Now dividing, we get 1. 4a square is dividing by 1. 1 into b square is b square again. 4a square into a means 4a remains. 4a into c is 4ac. It is taking square root on both sides. What we get here? Square root get cancelled in the LHS side. And in the RHS side, that is under root of b square minus 4ac. Again taking root on this term. What we get? 4 means square root of 4 is 2 and a square means it is a, that is 2a. Now x plus b by 2a, which is equals to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Now take plus b by 2a on RHS, it becomes minus 2 by a. Now the denominators are same, so we can write minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a is nothing but root formula of the quadratic equation. Let's see some examples based on this root formula, right? See, simply the first example is solve x square plus 3 equals to 0, right? Here it is a quadratic equation, right? But it's very simple. Simply we cannot use here the root formula. Directly we can solve x square, which is equals to minus 3. Therefore x equals to plus or minus under root of minus 3. Therefore x equals to plus or minus root minus 1 into 3. Can you write like this? Minus 1 into 3. Therefore x equals to plus or minus root 3 into I is nothing but the solution of the quadratic equation x square plus of 3. Similarly, second one, root 3 x square minus root 2x plus 3 root 3, which is equals to 0. Right? First we check whether the discriminant value, already you know, I have explained in earlier classes. Once again I explain before going to solve this example. Already you got the root formula, that is x equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? We have got this root equation from the quadratic equation, right? Here the b square minus 4ac, that is nothing but here b square minus 4ac is called what? Is called a discriminant value, right? Discriminant of the quadratic equation. Discriminant of the quadratic equation. It is denoted by, delta or d, and it is denoted by delta or d. This term, that is b square minus 4ac, what we call it as, I have said in my earlier classes when we are starting the complex number. In that case also I have explained this term, and similarly now also the term b square minus 4ac is nothing but a discriminant of this root formula, where b square minus 4ac is denoted by delta or d, right? Again here we have three cases, right? The first one is if b square minus 4ac, which is equals to 0, then what we have? Then we have roots are real and equal. Then roots are real and equal, right? Again, second case, if b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then the roots are real and unequal, right? And similarly the third case, for a complex number, or you can say the imaginary or non-real complex, it is b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then the roots are non-real complex number. Non-real complex number, that is nothing but imaginary part also will get, it is standard form for complex number. They are non-real complex number. So here b square minus 4ac is discriminant. Then we have a three cases, that is b square minus 4ac equals to 0. Then we get roots are real and equal. When b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then we get the roots real and unequal. Whereas the final one, b square minus 4ac is less than 0, it means it is a negative term. Then the roots are non-real complex numbers, right? Let's see now example, one or two examples. See the example, second example, solve root 3x square minus root 2x plus 3 root 3 equals to 0, right? Here first we will check whether the discriminant is equals to 0, greater than 0 or less than 0. Let's check first. Here a equals to solution. Here a equals to root 3, b equals to root 2, c equals to 3 root 3, right? Now b square minus 4ac. B square minus 4ac, which is equals to, b square means root 2 whole square minus 4a means root 3, c means 3 root 3, right? Square root get cancelled, only 2 remains, therefore root 3 whole square, right? How much we get here? The value is root 3, 12 3s are 36, 4 3s are 12, it is root 3 whole square root get cancelled, it is 3. We can write directly it as 36. 2 minus 36, which is equals to minus 34, which is less than 0. Therefore, then we have here the complex number here, that is non-real complex number, right? We'll solve that one. Non-real complex number, that is nothing but, therefore the solution are Therefore, the solution are, already we have the formula. It is x equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Simply just substitute, that is minus root 2. Already it is what? The value of b is what here? The value of b is minus 2, right? The value of b is, it is minus 2. Minus is there, therefore minus, that doesn't matter. Minus whole square means again it is plus only. Similarly here minus minus plus root 2 plus or minus under root of what? Minus 34, already we have the value here, divided by 2a means value of a is 3, root 3, that is 2 root 3. Simply we can write root 2 plus or minus I root 34 upon, yes, how much we get here? 2 root 3. This much is nothing but our value of this quadratic equation. Therefore, root 2 plus or minus I root 334 upon 2 root 3. Right? Got it? Next we will see one more example similarly. See the one more example, that is x square plus x plus 1. Example, x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0. Here a equals to 1, b equals to 1, c equals to 1. Right? Now just substitute, or whether check first the discriminant value. B square minus 4ac, b square means 1 square means 1, minus 4 into 1 into 1, it is minus, it is less than 0. Again we get complex number here, that is non-real complex number. Therefore, already we have the formula x equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Therefore, minus b means minus 1 upon b square means 1. The value is minus 3 upon 2. Again we can write it here, minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2, minus 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2, or simply you can write separately minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, or minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Hence it is nothing but the standard roots, 2 roots of this quadratic equation. Similarly, 1 or 2 examples I will give you homework, do at home, right? It's a very basic concept about the number system, the extension of a number system. After real numbers, we come across the complex number. Some of 2 exam homework. This fourth one, 2x square plus x plus 1. And one more is root 2x square plus x plus root 2 equals to 0. Solve these 2 examples at home with using the root formula, that is x equals to minus b plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So with this we conclude our today's lecture and as well as the complex number chapter, which ends here only. So from the next class onwards we will start our new chapter, that is linear inequalities. So till then, take care, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you.